I don't respect people's opinions if they're not doing better than me, if they're not in my field, if they didn't give my team a chance to correct whatever was wrong, but instead they just go straight to social media and bash,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole reason why. It's not like that I necessarily want to fight everyone, but I know a couple gyms out here in Las Vegas that we can go fight if you wanted to. Because, like I said before, I'm not afraid of getting knocked out. I'm not afraid of losing one teeth, getting one black eye, broken arm, or whatever. I'm not afraid of that because I was born in that generation where if you're going to talk shit, you better handle yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? I know I can handle myself. I cannot beat up everybody, but I know I can handle myself. Some people even comment, oh, he's almost 50 years old talking like that. Yeah, because the younger generation now needs to know how the older generation was raised and how the rules was back then. That when set the tempo on things and life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying I want punk saying, oh yeah, I'm going to fucking fight everybody next week when I get drunk. No, it's not about that.
Yeah. No, some kids these days, they need to get punched in the face.
They need to get punched in the face.
Yeah, I've said that multiple times. Is some people, not even kids, some people just gotta get punched in the face.
Oh yeah. Some people got to get punched in the face
gotta.
and some even worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Cool Visuals, me, the whole iPono brand, we can take the banter online,
Mm-hmm.
right? We know what we're giving. We got to be able to take
Mm-hmm.
it. But when people start spreading lies,
Yeah.
then you're kind of getting out of hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that because it's when it's inappropriate. Like you really don't need to do that. Like if you had a bad meal, you saw something, like on the internet, that's one thing. But to like try to attack somebody's livelihood or character or try to like cancel them, like shut down their business, cancel their podcast. I've had people, I'm like, so you're saying cancel my podcast, unemploy Jordan, I can't pay my rent anymore. What, I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to have no job.
All because what?
Because you didn't agree with something that somebody said.
There you go.
That's crazy.
There you go. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody out there in La La Land, they all seen the video of this guy spoofing and talking bad about iPono. Whatever. We don't care. But when he spread lies, like I think he said I was on wife beater.
Oh,
I'm going to show you after this podcast the messaging between that guy and my friend on how he tells my friend, oh, I have no proof. I just heard it from people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's how people are. That's one of my past podcast guests. She's like a kind of radical lady. She was hating on one of our old drink sponsor, Kolea. I mean, sorry, not Kolea. Shaka Tea. And she's like, oh yeah, I heard that this farmer in Hilo, they said that mamaki, they grow them on Big I. I'm sorry, in the mainland and all this stuff. I'm like, I said I don't know the proof, whatever. Then I Google later. Mamaki is only grown on the Big Island. I'm like, you're saying that it's grown in California where this endemic plant to Hawaii only grows in Hawaii.
And she could have possibly ruined that guy's whole
Exactly.
hustle.
And they're just like hating on these things without having any proof or doing the research.
And you know what makes that even worse? Is not all, but in this case, we're talking about Hawaii. Hawaii people going to feed off that and eat off that.
Exactly. Especially if you have a platform and you're spreading these lies. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So that's why, they said, oh yeah, iPono turned off their commenting. No, we didn't. You just got to follow us to make a comment nowadays.
Nice. That's smart.
That's all you got to do. So at least if you're going to talk shit to iPono and us, at least follow us.
I get in views, I get in followers.
Yeah, at least follow us, you fuckers. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Yeah.
What is that? Frick, I was going to say something else, but anyways, yeah. I'm sorry that you guys gotta go through that, but also I'm not, because it creates great engagement. The times that people comment or fight each other in the comments, I'm like, keep going, because this is just getting us more views.
That's all it is, right? And then the people that really know me or Cool Visuals will be the coolest fuckers you ever meet.
Yeah.
I give the shirt off my back for people. And then people, how come brother no can be humble, right? Who says we gotta be humble? I tell you my opinion on humble. Humbleness got me used for my talents. Humbleness got my dad fired from Wailua Sugar because they brought in the Howley fucking manager when fucking fire all these long-time Wailua Sugar fucking employees, right? Humbleness got Hawaii taken away from the Queen. Humbleness. There's a time to be humble and there's a time to not be humble. What's not aloha about that? Right? I'm going to show more aloha than anybody else you ever going to meet. But because I speak and view things a certain way, it makes me serving less aloha. The humbleness the queen got taken advantage by her humbleness, and the fucking guys went take over Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Hawaiian, right? But I was born and raised in Hawaii. I'm gonna live and die for Hawaii. Granted, if I was on the mainland longer than Hawaii or not, my beliefs and my moral beings is raised and born in Hawaii, right? So they can say, "Oh, he's not humble." I'm as humble as they come, but I just choose to show my humbleness to certain individuals. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're more selective with
Yes.
whom you share that with,
Yes.
which is fine. As you get older, that's basically
I
what
think,
happens.
And I think
Yeah.
that's a very special trait for us as human beings,
Mm-hmm.
is that we get to pick and choose on who we let in to our positive circle.
Mm-hmm.
You know
And
what I mean?
that's the coolest thing about life, is that you can create your life. You
Yeah.
can decide the things that you want to do.
Yes.
I think people forget that you have so much control over your own lives, and people fall into that victim mindset.
Mhm.
Like, oh, my life is like this because of this. My life is like this because of this. I don't have money because of this. I don't trauma and whatever it is. And yes, it's all true. You can still have that, but there are also people who've had situations like you, maybe even worse, that have become successful.
Yeah.
So
People start using those as
Yeah.
excuses.
yeah, like, I cannot make money because of this. My family didn't teach me about money. My parents didn't put me through college. My parents didn't teach me about money.
Neither did I.
My parents didn't put me to college.
Yeah.
Look where I'm at now.
Well, it's like
You
they
know?
said, right? You either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Right? You either have it or you don't. And
Yeah.
some of us do, some don't.
Yeah.
But you cannot shit on the ones that do just because you don't.
Yeah. It's jealousy.
Nah.
Okay, so the last question comes from a text from my stepdad, Kaloa Robinson, whom you met at the outside of
yeah.
that's the one I was talking
Uncle and
to.
Auntie, I met you guys
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
valet as I was leaving. I rolled my window down. I
Yeah.
remember that when Kamaka told me the story today. I remember you guys.
Yeah. So shout out to my parents. He says, what are your top 5 go-to spots when you're in Hawaii, and what do you order?
You know what? It's funny because
I know one, Tanioka's.
Taniokas.
Yeah.
It's funny
that.
that your stepdad
Yeah.
when I ask you that, because me and Cool Visuals, we've been to Hawaii and did Hawaii street food tours before.
Okay.
And we're planning the next one.
Oh, nice.
So my first go-to is, like we said before, is Tanioka's, right? Tanioka's, when I get there, the first thing I'm going to get is their, I don't know what they call them, but it's almost like a spicy tuna bowl.
Mm.
But it's just minced tuna, like lomi tuna over rice. I'm going to get one of those. I'm going to get their fucking extremely long shrimp tempura, the shrimp skewer or whatever it is. I'm going to get 1/2 pound, the Ale red salt poke. I'm going to get 1/2 pound of the, fuck is the one my wife like? I'm drawing one blank. My wife going to be mad, but my wife get this certain poke. I forgot which one she get. And then we'll get the tuna patties.
Okay.
Tuna patties, and then boom, we're going North Shore. So that's Tanioka's. That could be my number 1 spot. Second spot, we went catch on one of our Hawaii street food tours, and I never go there because I was in town. I was born, Waiawa, Haliva, Cam Bakery.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Bakery for the fucking what was it? Taro donut. That,
Poi donuts. Yeah.
the poi
I love
donuts.
That. Yeah.
That fucking poi donut, but I would kill somebody for that thing.
Yeah.
You know what? Scratch the poke beans and fucking that roll meal, but would be on poi donut
Poi
from Cam
donut.
Bakery. Poi donut from Cam Bakery, bro. We would hit that
Oh,
up.
you should do a collab with that. Something with
That would be good.
poi donut. Yeah.
And you know what? We would also go to right across Tanioka's. You get this place called Diamond's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
They do huli huli chicken on it.
Oh, nice.
Diamond's Kitchen would be my other hit up spot.
Oh, I've been there. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
You might pau by the
This is,
Arby's.
yes, yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I would get them. They do these combos. They do all kind of combos with
But is that the place they only sell huli? That's all they do?
that's all they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's all they do. So
Like, the
Diamond's
whole
Kitchen would be
menu
the
is
next
just
one.
that, Yeah.
What is that? Tree, Tanioka's, Cam Bakery, Diamond's Kitchen. Fourth one gonna be Pa'alakai.
Oh, yeah. The snow puffies.
The bakery and the store. The store get on good fried chicken.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They get on good fried chicken and the snow puffs and the butter roll over there.
Okay. I only know that because I always got to bring home when I go over there.
Yeah, the butter roll.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna turn them to 6 if I can.
Okay,
I'm gonna do them to 6.
can.
So that was the 4th. The 5th one gonna be Papa Ole's.
I don't know what that
Papa
is.
Ole's is down in Ha'ula.
Oh, okay. That's what's
And I'm
far
gonna tell
from
you
me.
right now, Helena's get one good pipi kalo, you know that short rib they make. But Papa Ole's get one fucking good one too, bro.
Okay. You gotta
Papa
remember that.
Ole's fucking Palehu fucking ribs, he call
Mhm.
them, is to die for. To die for. And then my sixth one gonna be on food truck on the Kaneohe side. You usually post up in PCC.
Okay.
James Pokipala
Oh.
is the owner, and it's called Big Poi Eats. You get Hawaiian food there.
Oh, nice.
And
I
I'm
like
gonna
that
tell you
name.
this right now. To me, probably the best squid luau
Really?
you ever gonna have on the island. Best squid luau.
The squid luau you made on the Lao Lao today was really
It
good.
was okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not James' recipe, but Big Poi Eats on Instagram, his
PCC.
food truck, PCC.
Okay, I gotta try them.
Yeah.
We filmed an episode of PCC a year or two ago.
Yeah, and even I
we
get
ate
my
over
other
there.
friend, his brother, Gabriel Pokipala, sell the hot dogs in PCC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so get brothers that selling their shit into the Pokipala family.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we gotta go check them out then. Okay, that's a good list. So if you guys are visiting Hawaii, make sure you check those places out. My stepdad has a couple other questions.
Yeah.
He says, although you were never formally trained in culinary school, who was your role model when you're learning to cook?
You know what? Role model is always going to be my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
My granny and my grandmother always going to be my role models because they was the ones that was cooking when we was growing up.
Yeah.
But I also have an Uncle Mario, and Uncle Inky. I mentioned them earlier, but they always used to cook at family barbecues. And so I would watch them. Wow, okay, men cooking too,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And those was my role models growing up from a young time. Until this day, even though I picked up other role models in the professional world, I think I talked to it with Lincoln, Chris Kajioka on Oahu,
Mm-hmm.
owner of Leila and Miru in Kaimuki.
Oh, yeah, I went there. That place is good.
Man, I've been watching Chris for so many years, bro, and I love what he's doing, bro. Not the fact that, he used to work with, Thomas Keller, all these high-profile chefs, bro, world-known chefs is Chris's fucking pedigree,
Mm-hmm.
And to see him back in Hawaii doing his bruh, that's another guy I look up to
Awesome.
now in Hawaii to this day,